Well, welcome to the Sahara Show because no one even wanna what the fuck you know. Yeah. Sahara Show.
I'm Della. Hi.
Do my boobs look big in the camera?
They look. The sun is hitting them in a way that is. Yeah, you get. I get it. I know sometimes my bajongs are just really,
really out there.
Boom, 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 boom.
Bum, bum, bum.
Speaking about oversharing from. So to turn around and let me see the sexy body go bum, bum, bum. No, in the oversharing bazonga territory, I have a core memory of being in track and field. I love running now. I will say that much. And I had to say it because obviously. But then I was doing track and I was wearing like a, I don't know, 2003 sports bra. Like obviously it sucked. And I remember like a row of senior boys being like, they're everywhere. They're fucking flying. And as I was running, my boobs were just like swaying. And I thought about that every time I've ever stepped outside.
That every day.
I go, oh, are they bedoinging too much? Who's gonna judge me for this?
But okay, I don't think that was like a bad thing. I think you're just like at a developmental age where you're like, I don't like this sort of attention.
That's true. It's not bad that my sweet
let them
was
bedoing everywhere they need to.
Yeah. It's just I didn't like the attention it brought.
Yeah, it is like a lot. It is a lot.
Well,
men
it's
are so
your cross
subtle.
to bear.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, there's been guys like fainting all around us.
There's one guy down over there.
And like everywhere I go, guys are just blah, 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 blah.
Ugh. That's a nice place to be in life. I believe that about you too. Yeah. You have a blah, 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 blah energy where people are like, ooh, that.
Okay, well, that actually is true to an extent, but it really backfires on me a lot because, okay, here's just like a couple of creepy things that have happened to me just in the last few months. I was standing on the street on Commercial. This guy, as he's walking by me, goes,
No.
I didn't like that.
No.
That's something I actually didn't like.
No, that's a.
Or find flattering. I found it very frightening.
It's like, are you smelling the contours of my flesh? Like, what are you gonna do with that scent memory for the rest of your? Ay.
Yeah, so that I didn't like. I had another guy pass me and said, "They didn't look like you when I was in high school."
And you're like, neither.
Here's the thing: is like I was like, okay, one, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Two, he thinks I'm in high
it's
school.
Like flattering as hell. But then is it because you're like, you want to look like we were just saying, you're in your woman years?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a woman.
In your martini years.
I'm a martini girl.
And a high school chica is not ordering a dirty martini.
Unless she's really fucking cool.
Unless she's rich.
Rich and mature for her age.
Really like an old soul.
Yeah.
No, that's gross.
I could have said something and not like risk being murdered. But it's like, what am I going to say? Like, fuck you, I'm actually not in high school.
But the fact that you're sexualizing high school girls is just putrid.
Take a look at yourself.
Yeah, look
buddy.
in the mirror.
Look in the mirror.
I have an unfortunate streak in me where I feel like at one point I just decided that I was like indestructible, and I would speak back a lot though.
Ooh, okay. Tell me something. Tell me like was it successful?
Sometimes it is, but I mean, to what degree? Like, am I adding too much stress to my life? I have a distinct memory of also when I was young, some guy groping a friend and I as we were getting into her dad's car. He was picking us up, and they were like getting into the car. It was like an aggressive situation.
That's scary as hell.
It was, it was too much. But we just had like a workshop in gym class of like how to assert ourselves as young women. And so I had the script in my brain, and I was like, this is why they taught it for us. So these guys are getting like right up in us. We're just trying to get in the car, and I turned around and I went like, I do not appreciate the way you're touching my body. And I thought this will really work, and they just turned to me and they went, so? It didn't work. So,
and that's like exactly what you're scared is going to happen if you say anything.
If you're like, please stop, I'm being reasonable, and they're like, I'm unreasonable by nature.
That's kind of my thing right now.
But no,
that sucks. Ew.
Yeah. But I'm definitely the type of person that will, like, if a car almost hits me, I will, like, probably run down after that car for a block and then knock on their window and be like,
cool.
punk bitch.
What astrological sign do you think I am?
Oh, this is a good one because I, like, don't know if I can even list all of them.
Yeah. Just like kind of close your eyes and kind of just like see like what messages you're getting about it.
I have one that keeps coming up. It's one of two that I would guess either a Leo or a Libra.
I'm a Leo.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh my god!
Oh, are you psychic?
When you said listen to whatever is inside of you, I did.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I'm like, I'm psychic.
Oh, I have that thought regularly. I'll have a dream.
Do you think you're psychic?
I'll have dreams that feel very predictive.
Because my kind of thing is that I think everyone's probably a little bit psychic. Just some people, like me, are like really trying to do it.
Yeah, you're tuned into it. I think it's a time thing. I think the time is always happening and that it's all of our moments are happening consistently at once.
Like,
and that sometimes there's crossover.
The past and the future all happening at once.
I do to some degree feel like that could be possible, and that's why when I have deja vu, it's been like because we're all constantly living through this sort of flat time.
Well, that's like a really good segue into my next question I ask everyone. Is what do you think's happening?
Oh,
like what the fuck is all of this?
What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening?
Like what's growing out of the ground?
Yeah, like what is this? What's happening? How are we here? Why are we here? Just like what's happening here?
I think we are all like confused collections of molecules and energy.
Yeah.
And that energy is like constantly affecting, we're affecting each other through that. And I think that there's, now that I'm actually thinking about it, I'm going to start saying some shit that I've never gone over in my brain. I'm like looking at the trees. I'm like, I think the most grounded energy is nature.
Yeah.
And that man-made energy is like frenetic. And that's why we're seeing so much like chaos and disorder, and that like balance exists in the calmness of nature. And that the further we move away from that, the more fucked up things get, the more conflict there is. A butterfly just almost came and landed on you.
I moved my head too much.
Your boobs.
I wanted to land on my boobs.
It was like I'm giving up pollen and I'm going for those.
They look smaller when I lean back and I lean forward like this. Like it's like the perfect shadow.
Yeah, it's the sun and then the shadow at the top.
And the big knockers.
Nice. Yeah. That butterfly was like, wah wamba.
Is there anything that you want to tell the world now that you have this ginormous platform? Or is there just anything you need to get off your chest? And you can like leave it here. And,
for everyone to see?
Yeah, they can deal with like all the shitty energy and then you're
I could be like,
from it.
you can say something angry?
Well, you can say just anything you need to get off your chest or like say, or like any sort of PSA, like anything you want.
Hey, sometimes people don't know the exact direction they're going to go in their life, and you have to just let that fucking happen. They might not ever know, and they might want to go 2 or 3 different directions, and guess what? I'm one of those people, and you just gotta fucking let it happen. Thank you.
Really good.
That was very fun.